Astroworld lawyers deposed Drake on Thursday concerning the deadly Astroworld crowd. Drake was questioned for several hours in a deposition tied to hundreds of lawsuits filed in Harris County after the crowd rush, which killed 10 people and injured hundreds. The sources couldn't comment further beyond confirming the deposition happened, due to a rigid publicity order that's prevented them from speaking about the details of the case. When reached to explain further in detail, a representative for Drake said that due to orders in the case, he didn't feel appropriate to comment on the matter. Drake's deposition comes after Travis Scott, who was initially deposed in September but spoke with attorneys again in early October after plaintiff attorneys filed an emergency motion to compel production of electronic documents on his cell phone. A lawyer for Scott told the court in September that Scott's phone was lost at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, but added that messages between Scott and his manager David Stromberg retrieved on Stromberg's phone would show the vast majority, if not all, relevant texts from Scott regarding the event on what transpired. During the hearing, the court and attorneys from both sides determined that Scott would have 2 more days of deposition during the first week of October. Drake was named in many of the lawsuits alongside Scott, live music giant Live Nation and its subsidiary Scoremore, and Apple, which live-streamed the event, though he was only on stage for a few minutes toward the end of the show as a surprise guest to perform a few songs including Sicko Mode. In legal filings, Drake has maintained that he didn't have any part in planning or organizing the event. Several days after the tragedy, Drake issued a statement on his Instagram, writing that his heart was broken for the families and friends of those who lost their lives and for anyone who was suffering. He committed to continuing to pray for all of them, and will be of service in any way possible. The disaster just passed its 2nd anniversary. Since the deadly crowd rush, the police issued a 1,200-page report detailing the chaotic scene leading up to the tragedy. A grand jury decided not to criminally charge Scott and several other organizers tied to the event. The families of the 10 people who died of asphyxia after the crowd rush all sued, although 3 have since settled. The first wrongful death suit is currently slated to go to trial in May of 2024.